Welcome to the Soul Infused Monday Show. Today, number 235, and today I am going to do more of an experience, a guided energy balancing shift, something more experiential than teaching something in particular. If you are joining this on a platform where you listen in and you cannot say hello on a comment, send me a message afterwards, send me a review, let me know how this was for you. If you are here already, say hello, let me know where you are and how you're feeling, and say hello on the comment section. I'm going to start in just a moment. Take the opportunity to maybe grab a glass of water. Maybe it's going to be a guided form of experience today, so you don't need to necessarily write something down, but you never know when inspiration hits. So you want to maybe also grab a piece of paper and a pen. And I am going to start in a moment. Who is here? Hi, Tine. I'm going to use this moment to take a breath myself, to take a sip of water, and off we go. And if you're just joining in, say hello. I'm going to start in a moment. So again, welcome to the Soul Infused Monday Show. Today I'm doing a guided energy shift, energy balancing to help you feel more grounded, more centered, more relaxed. And this show today is hosted from my hometown in Germany, actually. And I haven't been in Europe or in Germany for 6 years. And it's amazing to see mainly the difference in myself. Every time I left Germany, maybe you don't even know this about me. I was born and I grew up in Germany. And I left about 12 years ago, I think. I don't even know. I don't remember exactly. And every time I came here after 2-3 years, or every couple of years, I noticed the change because I keep doing the inner work. And this time was the longest, and it was also the most profound transformation in the last couple of years. It is super interesting to see things, to feel things, to meet people. And but that's a story for another time. But I wanted to let you know that I am hosting this guided experience today from Germany. So for all my European people out there, hello, hello. We are in the same time zone. Before I start this experience, a disclaimer. I am going to do something that usually takes more time, or that I also do individually for my clients. And I'm only going to be able to do as much as I can in this platform or on this format, so to say. And yet it can be super, super powerful, depending on where you are on the journey, depending on how many layers you peeled off from the onion that you're working on, depending on your regular routine to do something daily to actually be grounded, centered, and relaxed and calm. Then that will make a bigger, obvious result today, or maybe a less obvious result. The thing that I want to say, trust the process. The fact that you're here right now, you're watching me, maybe you're listening in through another platform. Trust that your soul brought you here for a reason, and something will shift, whether it's super obvious or not. And before we jump in, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to tune in and answer that question without thinking too much about it, without thinking about how you would like it to be or overcomplicating it. Usually the first answer is the quickest, and often that's the one that we dismiss. So from a scale from 0 to 10, 0 is you are not at all, 0, and 10 is totally. The question is, from a scale from 0 to 10, how grounded, relaxed, and centered do you feel right now? Right now, not later in a minute, not how you wish you would be. How grounded and centered and relaxed do you feel right now? And give me a number between 0 and 10. 0 is I'm not relaxed and grounded and centered at all. And 10 is like, I couldn't be more zen. I'm actually not even on this planet anymore. Give a number, and if you feel courageous or willing enough, share with me. And if not, just make a note for yourself. Maybe write it down. And I'm getting a few numbers here. And thank you for the other comments. I will check them out later. So keep the comments coming. 0, 7, 5, 4, 5. Okay, it's like a mid-range. Okay, I'm going to get a few more. Tune in. 0 to 10. How centered, grounded, relaxed do you feel at this moment? And give yourself a number. The number has been already here. Don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be like super, super accurate. It's to give you a ballpark where you are at right now. And then be okay with that. Take a nice deep breath and let yourself feel okay with what is right now in this moment. Take a nice deep breath, acknowledge it, love yourself in this very moment, whether it's a 0 or whether it's a 10. The other thing that I'm going to invite you to do is, if possible, unless it's not comfortable for you, or you're doing something that is preventing you from sitting, don't do this while you're driving necessarily, or when you have to be focused on something else. If you are currently doing something else, if you're multitasking, for example, I'd rather you jump off now and watch the replay and take the time, because you want to be present. You want to take the time to really become centered, grounded. And if you're doing several things at the same time, you are not going to give yourself the gift and the opportunity to experience that in a effective way. So either remove all distractions right now and set yourself very committed to set the intention to be here present. Switch off your phone, close the door, mute any notifications, 15, 20 minutes just for you. And if that's not something that you can commit right now, of course, you are welcome to stay. At the same time, I recommend you listening then to the replay afterwards. Take a nice deep breath. And I have a comment here. My 5 shifted to a 7 when I stopped and centered. Yeah, just being present here with me right now is giving you the opportunity to be present with you. Even just being here is going to help you to feel more relaxed, more centered, and more grounded. And focusing on one thing alone can help you feel centered and grounded. So having said that, I encourage you and I recommend that you sit for this experience, that you don't lay down. And the reason why, and you can, again, if you're physically not able right now, or it's a choice, you want to lay down, please, absolutely, yes, it will have a benefit as well. The sitting is good for the vertical alignment of energy that I focus on, and also for you to have an experience to sit in a way that you feel your feet on the ground, preferably barefoot, preferably no shoes, nothing. You feel your feet on the ground and you sit. You can sit on a stool, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on a meditation cushion. I also recommend, just imagine you would meditate. Right? It's ultimately a type of meditative experience, even though I'm going to focus more on the energy system, on the chakras. And again, the disclaimer, I'm going to scratch the surface here, and yet I believe and I'm fairly sure that it will make a difference for you already. And I am talking, and maybe your mind is saying, yeah, when is she going to start? When is she going to start? I already started. But everything is energy. So I'm creating the container for you to get ready, to prepare, and to feel safe in this moment so that you can actually relax. If you don't take the time and you don't create the environment to relax. You won't feel safe to do so, and you won't. So at this moment now, if you have your sitting position or whatever position you choose to have in this moment, I invite you to close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And while you do that, you are going to take a deep breath, and I invite you to close your eyes and you tune in to yourself. Check in with yourself. Check in what is maybe intention, what is maybe feels a little uncomfortable or constricted, or just do a little check-in. And while you do this for yourself, I'm going to tune into you so that I have a sense of what's most important to balance today out of the time that I have to be in your highest good, and also in the highest good and the highest good of all. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and I'm going to be in silence for a moment, tuning into you as well. And while I do that, I invite you to simply keep breathing and to relax your body as much as you can. Without forcing anything, simply checking in. And I can already tell 2 areas that you want to check in, maybe even 3. First is the neck and shoulder area. Relax your shoulders and relax your base, your hips. Those 2 areas, pay attention to those. Relax that area, breathe through that area. Excuse me, gotta take a sip of water. And you can keep your eyes closed. And if this feels uncomfortable for you at any moment and you rather open your eyes, of course, feel free to do so. And you can play also with opening and closing your eyes. However, ideally is that you do this for yourself unless I tell you to open your eyes. Now, as you're sitting there and you're relaxing your shoulders and you're relaxing your base, the other thing that I invite you to do next is feel your feet on the ground. Feel your feet on the ground. And while I talk to you and you listen to me, I am also going to do certain energy shifts without necessarily talking about it, so I can use the time also in silence internally to help you balance your energy system. So feel your feet on the ground. Take a nice deep breath. Relax your base, your hips. If you're familiar with the chakras, relax your base chakra. If you're not familiar with the energy centers, don't you worry. Simply relax the bottom of your body where you sit on, your hips, the whole area of the reproductive system. Sit on your sit bones, all that area, you relax and open that up and take a breath. Keep feeling your feet on the ground. Often we feel off center and not balanced or grounded because we are literally ungrounded. Our base chakra is hooked up and you don't have the solidity to stand on your 2 feet, solid, consciously, energetically. So to help you to ground, imagine you for a moment being a tree. Take a deep breath. Imagine that from your feet, roots grow down into the earth, into the ground, as if it would be roots from a tree. And take a deep breath. At the same time, your whole body is the trunk of the tree. solid, big, and imagine a big tree, a big, solid, old tree with beautiful, thick roots in the ground. And throughout this process, I invite you to keep breathing, whether your mind wanders around or whether you are distracted by something. Come back to the breathing and come back to the image and the come back to the image of being a tree. Visualization of a tree. Now you have the roots in the ground, you have the trunk in the middle, this beautiful solid tree, and now shift the energy up. Take a breath all the way up to the top of your head, and from the top of your head, imagine that the tree grows up like branches of a tree. Your energy reaches up like branches, up to the sky, up to the sun, just up. Keep reaching up, keep visualizing the branches of the tree, the canopy of the tree, reaching up to the light. And you are a being of light. The tree is a metaphor, a helping aid. However, it's more accurate than you think, that you have roots in the ground and branches up connected to the light. And I'm going to give you a moment for you to explore that further in your own way for a few moments of silence. Deep breath, solid roots in the ground, reaching up to the light, and in between, solid, centered, and grounded. That alone, if you want to use this image for a quick grounding exercise throughout the day, can be super powerful. Now, what I'm also tuning in is that you might have more energy in front of you and not so much in the back. That can give you a sense of insecurity or something is missing, a lack of support, not feeling grounded, maybe also frazzled or a scattered feeling. So I'm going to support you to balance that out by, you can support it by setting the intention to bring your energy back in from the front. And I will support you to do that. At the same time, I invite you to open up the back of your body, open up the back of your chakras. Open up the back of your base, the belly, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. The crown is more reaching up, the rest is more opening up to the back, and the base is going down to ground. So from an energy balancing perspective, I'm supporting you to bring the energy that is too much outside of you to come back to center. And to open up the back to create a more balanced state of being. Sometimes it goes quick, sometimes it takes longer. Simply trust the process. Feeling more centered and grounded in the center of your being, in the center of your core channel, energetical core channel. If you are very scattered or spun up, how we call it also in the world of energy, or there's a lot going on and there's a lot of anxiety or a lot of fast movement, this might take a little bit longer and you might have to you might want to do it longer or repeat it, but this little exercise itself, bringing the energy from outside in front of you back in and to open the back of the chakras alone can make all the difference in any moment. Keep the feet on the ground. Relax the base, relax the shoulders. You can envision the tree reaching up to the sky, at the same time the roots solid in the ground. And creating a vortex of energy around you so that you can also feel centered within. And for a moment, take inventory on how you're feeling. If you feel anything in particular that you want to add, that you want to share, trust your own intuition. Trust your own body. And allow things to shift beyond your mind. You're not doing this by doing it from the mind. You are allowing it to happen in this very moment, and you're open to receive. Great. Now take another deep breath. If you had your eyes closed and you want to keep them closed, keep them closed. If you want to just play around with it, you might want to open your eyes, but keep the centeredness within you. You might want to look around and see if that distracts you or not, but stay centered. Envision the tree, the ground, the roots, canopy up, going up to the sky and to the light. And you can also experiment with your own hands when you breathe up. And now open up your arms, like just open them up as wide as you can, just to feel your own space around you, in front of you, behind you. You have so much space. And if something is too close, when you feel like constricted or that you don't have space, you can create space by doing the work and by helping you to stay centered and grounded throughout the day. Of course, we gotta learn to set boundaries, but at this moment, feel how much space do you have? What's your space? Maybe it's a little space, maybe you feel a lot of space. Reach out with your hand, like the tip of your hands in front of you, on the side, on the back. You might want to move a little bit. This is all your space. Take it for a moment. Let yourself feel grounded in that moment, right here, right now. Great. Again, this is a taste. And the more inner work you've done and you're doing, and the more you're peeling off the layers of the onion, so to say, of your being that is inside the essence of your being, the essence of you being centered and grounded within yourself, the easier it will be to feel this quickly. And if you want to go deeper, or if you want to have a full experience of this type of work and you want to work with me, reach out to me. Take a session, book a session, work with me. But at this moment, feel the centeredness within you as much as you can. And if you shifted 0.1%, it's great. Celebrate whatever you shifted. And we are not done yet. But this piece, I'm going to anchor a little bit. Now I invite you to take 1 or 2 fingers and to rub on your forehead where the third eye area is, the chakra of the third eye that is in between your eyebrows here, and rub up a little bit. Rub it up like a little massage upwards. Why upwards? Because generally throughout the day we go narrow mind, like our vision goes low. We kind of constrict our forehead, we think a lot, we are doing, busy, and that gets very tense, like a muscle. So you want to rub your forehead, breathe, and with your eyes closed, I invite you to close your eyes, and you can stop the rubbing or you can continue. You still keep that upward movement, imagining the branches going up to the light, and with your physical eyes that are closed, just internally, you turn your vision up internally, as if you turn your inner eye up, as if you would want to focus on the upper part of your forehead or the forehead itself. And take a breath, relax the muscles on your face. Imagine giving that area of the forehead space, room. Relax it and look up internally, not with your head. The neck wants to stay straight. You set your intention, you put your awareness, you let your energy rise up. And if you don't feel comfortable with having your eyes closed and you want to still have an experience, simply look up. We are generally not looking up throughout the day. We are busy, and often looking down. Your energy goes down. You want to go up. You want to go up and to reach up to the higher, to a higher vibration, to a higher consciousness, to a higher source. And use the connection point that works best for you. The mind wants to label things. We want to have words. Use what works for you. Maybe you want to connect to your soul. I use the word soul, consciousness, universe, existence, but maybe for you it's God. Maybe for you it's the divine mother. Maybe for you it's spirit, or any or anything can be it. Go up to the higher version of yourself, your higher self, and anchor your awareness there for a moment. While you keep your feet solid on the ground. You are connected with the earth, and at the same time, you are connected with your higher nature, with your higher self. with the essence of your being. Detach from all the shoulds and have-tos and to-dos, and even thinking about it might take you out of it. Come back to yourself in this present moment, right here, right now, centered, grounded, and solid. It's a choice, it's a skill, it's a practice. Now take a nice deep breath, and I could easily continue doing this for longer. However, for this time period, for this episode of Soul Infused Monday, I invite you to open your eyes, to experience whatever you experience in this moment. Look at your surroundings. Maybe you want to stretch or do something. Maybe you have already a thought about what you're going to do next. And in this moment, right this moment, where you're transitioning to going into your daily life again, or whatever you're going to do now, see if you can pay attention to your feet, to your center, and to your higher, so that you have everything grounded, centered. And open the back. Have your own back. And take your time, transition in the way you want it. And already I ask you to tune in for a moment. Again, not thinking too much about it, not going too much into the mind. Stay present within yourself. From a scale from 0 to 10, how centered, grounded, and relaxed are you feeling at this very moment? Give yourself a number. You might have shifted from a 5 to a 10 that I can see here in the comments. Maybe for you it shifted from a 7 to a 7.5. That's fantastic. Whatever your shift is, maybe it's more, maybe it's less. What's your number? And please share with me. I'm going to share a few numbers here, and then also if you have listened to this on the audio version on Insight Timer or a podcast platform, leave me a review, send me a message, share your feedback. What's your number? What was the first number? What's the second number? I love hearing from you. I'm doing this for you. I thank you for being here. It's a gift that you give to yourself, and you can repeat this. You can even just cut out this piece of the Soul Infused Monday show as a resource. And of course, I have so many resources for free for you. And if you do want to take this deeper, if you feel you want to have this more grounded, you want to have a more personalized session, reach out to me. Book a sessions with me. I'm happy to work with you. Here as I comment, so beautiful. Thank you, Therese. I feel like a 10 plus. Also that if I get off center, I can allow myself to come right back to this feeling and centeredness. Thank you for this process and healing. It's my pleasure. And she was from a 5 to a 10 plus. That's amazing. So that can happen. That can really happen for you. Thank you. It released pain from gas from operation. You're so welcome, Mandy. It's my pleasure, and I'm happy to hear that you're feeling better after surgery. It's a 9 now. Beautiful. You're very welcome, Lynn. My pleasure. So what's your number, 0 to 10? If you feel like sharing, share. And the other invitation before I bring this to a close, keep breathing throughout the day. Keep reminding yourself that you can get centered and grounded and relaxed, even if it's just a tiny bit, any moment you want. You are in control. You have the power. And I'm going to repeat this one more time. You are in control and you have the power. Whether you are in a workplace and you maybe have the belief or the anxiety that, oh no, I cannot, that's a word that doesn't exist in my vocabulary, that you think it's not possible to take a break. Yes, you can. You are in control and you have the power. And the more you are centered, grounded, and relaxed, the more you are going to be of service and in service to help other people as well and to contribute to a better world. Because everything I do is ultimately to create a betterment in the world. And through every individual, we create this together. So you taking care of yourself, you being more centered, grounded, and relaxed, I believe that you will be of better service for yourself, for your family, for your workplace, for your community. Take moments to be centered, grounded, and relaxed. And now enjoy the rest of your day. Much love. Bye for now. And come back Monday for a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. Much love to you.